Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream today. And for today, we have a special guest, Cédrick Lunven. He's the Director of Developer Advocacy with the Cassandra Astra DB side at DataStax. So let me bring Cédrick in. Hello, Cédrick. Yeah.
Hello, Mary. Good to be here.
Welcome. Yeah, finally. Yeah, finally you're here. Thank you.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, I do have the honor and privilege to work with you in the same company and same team. So
well, I feel honored too. So Cedrick and I have been talking about doing this, and finally we get this chance. So I'm so happy. Also, Cedrick is based in France, really amazing place. And then we got to visit because we had an offsite meeting. That was a great suggestion. Cedrick, I loved that trip, even though it was only for 2 days, but it was great. Cedrick and I finally met each other at the second floor of the Eiffel Tower. That was the place where we first met.
You know, Mary, the next time we will see each other in person, it will be at Devox Belgium, because we are both speakers there.
Yes, that's right. Awesome. So folks, if you're in Europe, in Belgium, please join us. Although I think the tickets are already sold out from what I heard.
Belgium. I mean, it's Devox, okay? It's,
that's right.
So it will be on YouTube, come and say hi.
That's right. Yeah. Awesome. So without further ado, I know today too, Cedrick has a lot of goodies to show us. And of course, at DataStax, we have Astra DB. the all of the Astra goodies, and I also have been showcasing some of those, primarily streaming, but also I showcased the awesome Astra, which
Oh, you
actually,
did?
yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, the previous episode, although it was 2 weeks ago because I was too busy, couldn't find time. But anyway, so today I was just so happy Cedric wanted to join. So here it is. So I'm gonna show his slides and all this stuff on his screen. So okay, so here we are.
Yes, but hey, today is a developer lab, so do not worry. We won't stay too long
Yeah.
in the slides. But today I would like to talk to you about command line interface. You know, if you ask around you lately, how would you build that CLI? And if you look at AWS, Google, Azure, the big ones, they chose to go with Go language. And the reason for them was to say, with Go, you can build that binary that could be executed easily on any platform. So it's kind of portable, easy to do. And, I'm the Java guy. I say, no, I will do it with Java. And you know what? I will also build those native images using GraalVM. So it was kind of a journey, and I would like to share what I did with you in this couple of minutes together. But first, what is the scope of these CLIs? So Mary already told about this platform where we host both Cassandra and Pulsar as cloud services. Um, so not only we deliver the service as software as a service, but we try to make the usage as simple as possible, um, having a lot of different interfaces and proxy to make it easier and more interoperable, because the more people use it, the better. So for Cassandra, you can access Cassandra through REST API, document-oriented DB APIs, GraphQL, and gRPC as well. And for Pulsar, because I said them. So yeah, with the Pulsar, but also now GMS and QP and more. All right. So this platform is pretty advanced. Maybe I will show you the user interface. But here the CLI, the scope of the CLI was not this existing interface using the data. Here we want to use the black dot, here the DevOps API, something to administrate the platform. We already have a Terraform provider and Ansible scripts to generate database on Pulsar installation. Um, but here we want this CLI, user-friendly, with nice colors and nice message explaining what you are doing. So that was the purpose. Also, to use that Astra, and Mary and Tim show you that a little bit last week on Awesome Astra. You do have some tools, but each tool need to be set up, downloaded, set up. You need to download your credentials, so it could be long to do. And the CLIs was also a way to give you those tools out of the box without installation. Okay. So yeah, a lot of interfaces. I will move that quickly. So here, yes. So this command line interface, how we sold that to our management, what to say, hey, let's speed up the usage of a platform, put all these operation inside CI/CD script. The documentation is the tool, and us as developer, as soon as you have this CLI install, it should be kind of a no-brainer to start using the platform. And of course, I will do it. I will do a demo quickly, but the most important will be how do I implement it? If you would have to build your own CLI today, which framework would you pick? So let's have a look. Okay, let's get serious. So let's see what does it look like. Okay, so I don't know. Let me clear my screen. So Astra dash version. So that's very very basic stuff. See, it's still in alpha. We expect to have a GA over the next months. But here, so first, what you want to have on the CLI is help. Okay, the user don't know how to use it; just should be able to ask for help and get help. So here you do have the first level commands. So setup, update, config, DB. So I told you in Astra two big services, database, so DB, and Pulsar streaming. So this is how we split the command. So if you want to get some help, you say Astra help, and I would like to get some help about some DB command. And because DB is what we call an option group, and you can have multiple sub commands in DB, it will present you like the man script on Linux that you are very commonly used to do. So as a framework, I mean, your framework to build that CLI should give you that for you. It's not you to build that, right? And if I go one step further and say, okay, so with the Astra DB, I can create a database. So now if I ask for Astra, help Astra DB create, here now for one command, I get all the flag and the options. Some are required, some are not. So those flags, we call that the options. And when you have to provide a parameter, it's called an argument. So yeah, but that's that's the basics of the CLI. But even then, without knowing how to build it, that's the tool should be the doc. Okay. All right. That's our little guy. What can I do? Well, Astra DB list. Give me the list of my stuff. Okay. It's a CI/CD oriented, so you may want to parse the output of your CLI. So I think great CLI should be able to change the format, the output, how they do. So you can list the database again, and this time maybe ask for a CSV, or you can also ask for a JSON. Okay. It's still the demo part, so it's still okay. But then it's become way easier to to get that right. Also, if you list if you get some insight, you show the name. Okay, name, IDs, region, status, whatever. When you interact with the APIs, technical APIs, it's all about the IDs. But for your user, of course, you want them to use only the name, and it's your job when you build the CLI to translate everything. So if I want to get some details on one database, let's say this one, I can do Astra. Maybe I can put my focus a bit above. It's in the bottom. Astra DB get to get some details on workshops, which is one of the databases actually running, and here you got the details. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think I was too busy trying to tweet, and so did you show actually how we do the configuration, right? Because
no. I mean, as of now, it's really a demo. Okay, and then of course I will show everything to
Sure.
everyone.
Okay, let's do a demo.
But let's I'm just showing with some command what it does.
That sounds
and
good.
then I will move to how maybe to install if you want to have it on your machine and do it with me and have fun.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes,
why not? And how the script is working and how everything is working, the design if you wish, and then we will jump into the code, which is of course the most interesting part here. Okay, so I've shown some database, but hey, Mary's watching me, so I also need to show you that it's working.
Streaming. Okay. That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
And if you want, some details on a Pulsar instance running, it's the same command. Okay, it should be super easy for the user to do so. Also, what a user expects is auto-completion. Okay, so I just enter Astra, tab, and I get everything auto-completed to me. Okay, so I will also explain you how to do it. So cool, right? All right, okay. So that's what it's look like. What under the hood, what it is. So this time I will probably move to my folder Astra and open that. So on Linux and Mac, when you want to install those CLI tools, you tend to create some hidden folder. So here on my user home, I created some .astra. But if I move back and ls.a, what I do have here, you see that SDKman, Red Hat, Pulsar Shell, everybody doing the same. Okay, so a good trick where to install your stuff could be that user home dot, because it's the user home, you have full admin rights. You can create files if you need them, way easier. Okay, so here if I look inside, here you have CLI, which is the tool. And I also told you just before about some external tool that you may want to use with Astra. So those guys here on the bottom right-hand corner, CQLSH Pulsar Shell. Well, I told you the CLI should download, install, and set up. And this is what you see here. This is CQLSH, DSBulk, and Pulsar Shell. So it's there. Now, what about the CLI? So let's look into it. So here we do have a fat jar. Okay. As of now, I still need Java. It's a fat jar where I put all my dependencies. And here we got ourselves Astra file, which is java.jar. Woohoo! Okay. So very simple. And the trick with that, in the end, is just having that path in your bash profile. So if I would like to, let's say, tail, maybe I will cut. Let's cut my bash profile. And tell me, Mary, if it's too small. If I cut my bash profile, somewhere here, I put the Astra CLI in the path. Okay. And with that, now you can just enter Astra. It will use the java.jar executing your fat jar. Okay. Just close to this fat jar, you have this sh script. Same, if we want to have a look to this sh script, it's called a bash completion script. So the bash shell have a way to do some auto completion. Let's go back.
Yep.
Let's go back here with the file. And here you define some functions complete Astra group DB. So here, if I try to do Astra DB tab, it will understand that this is a group of Astra DB, and it will show me these commands related to exactly Astra group. And he will see create, get, delete, status, and it will show me the command. And look how long could be that file.
Yeah.
So again, you want the framework that you use to generate this file. Also notice that this file also only works for bash. And now the default shell on our Mac machine is ZSH. So I had a little trick to enable auto-completion in ZSH. And it was using some batch comp init. Weird, I mean, not weird, but obscure ZSH stuff. All right. So now, you know what it looked like. It's a fat jar with the script for the auto-completion, with another script put in the path to make you issue some command. So how do you install that? Okay, so it's still alpha. So the target way to deploy that will be obviously brew install DataStax Astra. Okay, so for that you create a recipe in Ruby and you register that in the in the directories in Brew. But as of today, I will show you another trick, what we are doing right now, and what actually SDK man is still using. So I will move back to some web browser somewhere here. And Mary, I will go back to Awesome Astra. And, not to
Awesome,
promote
that's
that
good.
stuff,
Yes.
but
That's great.
because what we need is there. So here, getting started, Astra CLI.
Yeah.
So how would you want to do? So to install this command, it's a curl. It's actually a curl and then bash. So if you look at this file, it's a shell script that will actually just show you in the log, hey, you are about to install Astra CLI, providing the version, installing, creating the folder if needed, checking the path, and doing, uh, editing, creating all the folder when needed, changing the permission, editing your bash profile, and downloading that zip containing only 3 files, your fat the bash completion script, and the script. It's as easy as that. And if you have that available as web, look at that, it's just a file on GitHub, okay? It's nothing else. It's just going in you go to the GitHub repo where it is. So GitHub, DataStax, Astra CLI.
I'll type it in.
Yep. You go to release, and here it is. Here is the script. It's as complicated as that. And if you put that on any terminal now, just curl and bash and open a terminal, okay, on the machine. Let's go back to a terminal. I do that here. Let's open a new one. Anywhere, just copy that. And look how nice this installation look like. It's very professional, right? And actually what I'm just doing is just downloading a zip, doing the extraction, and doing a little bit of magic with ANSI to get some colors, and here you go, you install the CLI.
Yeah, cool.
And it will just go in your Astra folder, the one I keep showing, and it will create the folder. So here it is. It just got updated, okay? Obviously, everything's got updated because I just reinstall the shell. Okay. To work and connect with Astra, you need some credentials. You need some credentials. So quickly, if I show you Astra for 10 seconds, you log into Astra, and the credential you are using in this platform is client ID, client secret, and application token. I think it's often the case. It's most of the time it's there. So you go, and in Astra, you go to organization settings, token management, and you generate a new token. So here we need organization administration, and you generate your token.
Okay.
Cool. So here in the token 3 part, client ID, client secret, and the token. To set up the CLI, the only thing you need is this token. So you can have a look, copy that token, and that's it. I can go back and I'm done. Why? Because after downloading this CLI, so ready to go, you will set up the CLI. So let me move on somewhere else. You will do Astra setup. Just that. And then to set up, it will ask you, hey, give me your token. Give me your token to work with. So I copy my token in my clipboard. I will paste my token. And voila, your users are just set, ready to use the CLI. Just having this token. And now if I do Astra config list, here I see that I already configured my Astra CLI for working with multiple with multiple organization. Okay, multiple tenant in Astra if you wish. Okay, and right now I'm using the default, which is Cédrick Lunven DataStax.com. So I can do Astra config get default, and it will give me all the keys that are stored. So it's super easy to do, right? Okay, so where those information are stored, I show you the folder in user home.astra. If I put the configuration at the same place, at this folder, well, each time I will reinstall my program, I will lose my config. Right? So here the idea was to use Astra RC. It's also a standard. I mean, Bash RC, ZHRC, I don't even know what the acronym would stand for, but like resource control, I would get. So here, if you look in this file, you see that I do have multiple section, and this is different config to use with multiple Astra environments. Okay, so and here I do have my default Anya DataStax dev, and in the Astra command line, I have some portion called config, and you can create a new config, delete a config, get the detail list config as I just did. Also, not to trick your user, is you should always use the same command on different contexts, like create, delete, get list, and have it for DB, streaming, role, user, etc. So it's still demo, but here I show you that this CLI is a Java program, a FATJAR. The installation is a Bash script, not hard to do, easy to reproduce, still looking really professional. The config is a dedicated file, so when you reinstall, you do not lose anything.
Yeah.
So
how about streaming? If we do streaming, do they share? I keep forgetting to ask too. Like, do they share the same config for if we interacting with? Yeah, same configuration, right?
Yes, I mean this token is a tenant level token, if you wish. So with that, you can create all the object of the Astra tenant, and you can create user, you can create database, you can create streaming instances. We also call streaming instances tenant, so it's a bit confusing. But when you create a tenant in Astra Streaming, you will get new keys. You will get a tenant name, and you will get a Pulsar token. Pulsar token used by the applications to connect to Pulsar. It's not the same as this Astra token. This is where you have a difference. Astra token is really to do all the maintenance operation, working with the objects in your Astra organization. I will keep saying Astra organization just to avoid confusion with streaming. And so inside Astra organization, this token could get you everything. You can also, Astra user list. Okay. Here we go. And if I want to change config, I think I had this DataStax dev. So let's see. Astra config use DataStax dev. So now I'm using another organization in Astra. I'm using the organization.
Nice.
Dev.
That's
and
nice.
If I do Astra user list, my next Astra user list. Nice. My next comment about that. Let's see. Mary, here you are.
Yeah.
See? And if I want to invite you with this super admin token, I can choose Astra user invite. And here provide the name of someone, just hit enter and it's invited in my Astra organization
Yeah.
like that. It's as easy as that.
Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Okay. Important here. I'm in debug, so you saw that stack trace for me, but once deploy, you should not see that stack trace. So the user is executing an invalid command. So the error message should be explicit enough for them to understand what's going on.
Okay.
So here we'll get invalid option, and here message command. So like command list is not recognized.
Oh.
So I am here in the option group user. Inside user Astra help user, I can do multiple things. So I can delete a user, get a user invite, or list my user. But my typo was not there, so I got a dedicated error message.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty powerful. And now let's say you want to use external tools. So you will say Astra. Let's use streaming. Astra streaming list. Get our streaming here. Oh, I do have. Oh yeah, look at that. We have two tenants there.
Yeah, that's cool.
For two. Let's create one. Okay, Astra streaming create Cédrick demo. So when you create a stream a tenant, you should provide some cloud provider, some cloud region. And actually, you can. But what you want to do with this CLI is to provide all the default value for user by default. And if they want to change it later, sure, they can provide -r just to provide another cloud region, and -c to provide another cloud provider. But you want that to be super easy, right? And so Astra streaming list, which is neat because now if Mary will go to his Astra and go to DataStax dev organization, she will see that that's tenant. Of course, okay. So here I do have these tenant. What if I want now to go to Pulsar admin or Pulsar client right in there? Well, if you use the user interface, you will have to download Pulsar client, go to the user interface, download something called client.conf, set up the conf, make it work. But now look at what I'm doing. Astra streaming Pulsar shell and provide our tenant name.
Pulsar shell, yeah.
And that's it. If not find, it will be downloaded. The client.conf is generated for you, and here you go. You can admin. I think it's admin namespaces list, for instance. Oh, geez, I keep.
Today.
Oh yeah, I need to provide my tenant name. Indeed. Okay. I should have a I do have a single namespace called default, and I do have the full Pulsar shell here, and you could have CQLSH or DSBull to load something, but it's extendable, right? If tomorrow that's loader or injector for Pulsar is released, it's easy to add. Okay. So let's jump into code, right? It's wide enough for demo. Now we are so eager to look at the code. What does it look like? Okay.
Yeah, that's what we want to see.
All right. Yeah, I made you wait way more. So when you want to use that, when you want to create a CLI, you search on Google. You have multiple options. And Commons CLI, which is the first you might think of in the Java, is outdated. Now we are way better or more modern stuff. I looked at a couple, and two really piqued my attention. Was called Piccoli, and the second is called Airline. and I went to airline. So CLI, airline, no, CLI annotation driven. So if I need documentation, I will go back here, but the code should be good enough. So your main, okay, will be a very small main actually. With just here I installed the ANSI console to get some colors. I initialize a context based on the configuration file that we just defined all together. With that, I will have a token saved as a singleton. I mean, if you go to a shell context, is a very, very standard singleton pattern class. Okay, I I did my homeworks and just did the very singleton pattern. And here, this is all kind of HTTP client or variable that any command could use. And this is why I protect them in this singleton. And then it's just always the same color, the same class. So CLI in this airline framework, and you just provide the class, and it will pass and run. So it's how come? I mean, there is nothing there. And indeed, and I scroll, you saw it. It's declarative. Okay, it's for each command, you will create a new class. So first, it's very easy to split the code among your command. It's not a big decision tree where you say, oh, if you provide DB, then what would be the command? Or maybe it will be create, delete list. And if you enter Astra DB create, what are the options? You can imagine that if you put that in the single class, it will be, even if you split it to small method, it will be a nightmare to maintain. Here, up front, it's annotation based, and each code is really split. So Astra, which is our main program, will have a couple of top level commands like org to get the information regarding your organization. So maybe I should put back this guy quickly just for you to realize what it is. But Astra org, okay, you got information regarding your organization. So very, very top level.
Very cool.
Okay, updates, help, what we did before. Shell, I have not show you shell, but quickly, my idea was here. Maybe people would like to execute multiple commands one after the other. And they would like to have a shell experience and not CLI. CLI is stateless. You execute a command, you parse the command, execute and exit. Shell, maybe you want to keep going. So here, if I just enter Astra no command, or I do Astra shell, I'm entering interactive mode. And here I can do DB list, a streaming list, and now I stay in my CLI. I can say, oh, use maybe DB use test. Is that database not found? Oh, okay. Use for the ID. And now look, the prompt has been changed. And here I do a new command, right? I can create a list and create list space. So in my code, I wanted the two mode, the mode CLI, exit, execute and exit, and the mode shell. So you understand that the same treatment, the same code, the same code will should be executed as shell and CLI. Okay, so going back to the code, so it was shell, and then for command, you can group the command in group annotation. So here, org, I can ask for org ID, org name, org list, and here now I can do Astra org, which is my command group name. Give me the name of my organization, and here it is. Super useful for CIC or create some environment variables.
Yeah.
So you can do config, you can could do database, you can do a lot. You can do a lot. So let's pick one of these commands. Let's how would you create a database? So you're in the main Astra DB. So here it is, manage database. By the way, the documentation is generated based on the description you put in the annotation. It's as easy as that. And if I want to show you what DB create look like,
Okay.
you declare it's a command. Okay.
Yeah.
I will come back to that in a minute. You define some argument. So you want to do Astra DB create and provide the DB name. And then options, flags. Flags could be int, boolean, string. The same flag, the same option could use two flags if you want, short and long version. Arity, so you can have one option having multiple elements. And so all these, you gave me a command, I will go to the proper class, executing your code, and parsing all the flags, options, and telling you right away if you use the flag that is not supported, is done by the framework through annotation.
That's very, very nice, this approach. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I did some command line shell in the past. I mean, that was in the 90s, or no, not quite. 2000,
Right?
yeah.
Early 2000, yeah.
Yeah, early 2000. Yeah, we did not have this kind of library. It was
I'm with
harder.
you. So I create FF4J, the feature
Oh,
flipping Java framework. And
yes.
in FF4J, I also implemented CLI, but it was at that time, it was really with commands CLI and very, very basic.
Yeah, messy. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, very
Yeah,
cool.
and now I think in
Very
the
clean.
system, I do have about 50 command-ish easily. And
That's right.
it's not a nightmare. It's got a code nightmare. Each class is in its
Yeah,
each code is in different class
small,
and very well designed.
well designed. Yes,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
also, you can use inheritance here. So you see
Oh,
base command,
this
but that's
command.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like for any command to be able to override the config, the
The
log file, the log
yeah,
level. So I
this
put that.
is very
And
nice.
even
It makes sense.
even
Oh,
yeah, even at the top. So every command could be verbose or not. Super
that's right.
important when you code it.
Yeah.
Provide a no color mode.
Yeah.
To have fixed length message. Sometimes it's easier to parse the output and
Yeah.
having the format. Having that, any new command creating
Mm, yeah.
will get three output if I want and get all the
Yeah.
nice verbose mode, and I don't have to reinvent the wheel each time.
That's right. Yeah. So very, very, very cool. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for introducing. Yeah. This library airline, right? Yeah. This is the one.
Airline, yeah, very good.
Airline. Yeah. That's very
And
cool.
for the rest, as soon as everything has been parsed, well, what you have to do is invoke a DAO, okay,
Oh,
service layer, DAO layer,
yeah.
because eventually you will invoke the same code inside the CLI command
Yeah.
and the shell command. So if I show you for delete, for instance, here
Yeah.
delete, I could delete my database just providing DB ID, and it's a
Yeah.
command, CLI.
Oh, that's a
But I
good.
also have the same, and
That
it's
is
exactly the
very
same code.
cool.
But now
You also.
I'm extending the shell
Oh, yeah.
stuff, so it's not exactly the same. But
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
I'm doing
That's all.
exactly
Yeah. This is very clean. Yeah.
exactly the same code, and now everything related to the database are in the single class, my DAO, where I just create a database, delete a database, all these create, read, update, delete. It's pretty long, but it's easy to find when I know exactly where are my classes. It's always start with operations. So if I do operations, here I see everything related to user, config, DB, organization, streaming, easy to find. And yeah, when I say, okay, that's my database going there, I can easily find how to start, stop, resume, delete my database.
Yeah.
For the communication with the Astra system, it's just HTTP. Okay, the DevOps, what we call the DevOps HTTP API is there available for us. So there is no probably added value to show me what is the HTTP client here. But let's say I just build the HTTP client request and fire a request and pass the output. It's as easy as that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Very cool.
if I would like to create another command, let's say hello world command, okay? Now what I will have to do is what I do. So let me close it all.
Yeah.
I will probably take an existing one, something super simple at the core, first level. Here I can get some help. I can quit. I can update. So let's say, I don't know, I can database get. So I will probably take one of these. Let's say here, I will rename that as hello world command. Hello world. Hello world. Okay. Niche command. Okay. It will be say hello. Okay. That's a pretty good name. Okay. Let's say hello. And here this guy would have someone,
Yeah.
You want to say hello to somebody, right?
Yeah.
And here you will visit exit code success. Okay, success.
Oh.
And sys out. Hello. And here provide my argument people.
Recommend them. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a command, right?
Yeah.
So extending that, I don't even have to do that. I mean, if
Yeah.
I it's not mandatory. Using that base, I do have this no color and everything, and also having access to my shell, to my context, the context in Singleton, but here you don't need it. So with that, let's go now. This class should be registered as the first level and say, oh, now, first level, my user should be able to do hello world. Okay. And with that, we could probably go to the test part and say, I want my user to just should say hello.
Yeah.
So there is no say hello, that's the command.
Yeah.
And here I would say, yeah, Mary.
Oh, okay.
Say, what is that stupid stuff? It is really just executing Astra CLI.main. Okay.
Ah, okay.
So you might think, oh, what it is? It's just a way for me to execute the main as a unit test, because it needs to be a main airline working with a main, and everything will be annotated. So this is how I do it. Then I could package, deploy, and we will have the command. But here, run as a unit test.
Yeah.
Okay. So Astra say hello, Mary. So
Mary.
this is what you will now put in your command. Cool. This is how it will work. Okay.
How fast we can? Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to maybe take an extra 10, no more than 15 minutes, just to show you now how do we package that. Okay, what the fat jar. Okay, sure. I mean, the audience is probably or Java fellows. You know Maven by heart, like me. I hope. So let's go to the POM. So in the POM, so some dependencies. So Ernest, airline, of course. I keep saying Ernest. Airline over here. Access to Astra SDK. So Astra SDK is the library where all the HTTP client stuff are done for us, and wrapping all the API code. Like that, I don't have to do it myself. I mean, I also code SDK. So I create the code in SDK and I can reuse it everywhere, including in the CLI.
Okay. Yeah.
Commands line, blah, blah, blah. Okay, nothing special here. Nothing special here for now. So you build a jar. Okay, you need to provide the manifest for the jar to have the executable jar.
Yep.
Okay, and here what I'm doing, I'm using the shade plugin to have that fat jar. So where I will use this transformer to define my main class Astra CLI in the manifest. Okay. So with that,
what does shade do? Can you explain a little?
Shading is actually doing the fat jar.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. A jar will just give you the jar, but then you shade. So you still have to you have your core jar plus all the the jar you need, and it's a fat jar. This is why you need to recreate a manifest.
Oh.
Because otherwise Java don't know in which subjar to look at. It's just one after the other. So you need that manifest for the fat jar, and this is what shade doing is shade is doing.
Shaded it. Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. So here it is. Okay, shade. Or we would have to come back and for another slot, but here it is a Maven plugin for airline that will generate all the documentation in MAN format, in Markdown format. So that's pretty cool. Also, I do have a unit test that will generate the bash autocomplete file that I described before. And with that, clean install, you have your fat jar. So I can go there, go to the project, dev, workspace, DataStax, Astra CLI. Astra CLI, here we go, Maven clean install, blah, blah, classic. Okay, I will do that. Okay, don't want to spend. Okay. You got that, you generate that. Why is try to execute it? Maven. Oh, Maven test skip. I'm tired. Oh, yes. What the hell? Yeah, not sure what I did before. Oh, that's another plugin existing. I'm using some best practice framework plugin, Maven plugin. So each time I don't have the proper annotations in my Java docs, it failed.
Oh, okay.
So I think I can do
some flag.
I can skip the Java doc. I mean, I think it's that, right? I mean, Java doc.
That's skip.
Right. So see, it's something.
Yeah.
Hopefully I will get. Yeah. So now it's successful.
Now it's good.
Go to target. Your fat jar. Okay. So java.jar.
Yeah.
Astra CLI. Say hello.
Oh.
Oh no! What? Oh no! I need to put the shaded.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. There's also shaded. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Some progress. So with that, I could do some assembly work. So taking the jar and the script, building a zip, creating a release, and I'm almost done. I could release as is. But now let's go back to the POM for the last 10 minutes. Here, I enable GraalVM. Okay, so I created a profile called native GraalVM over here. Okay, and here, so it's not easy to build with GraalVM. I mean, default program building in GraalVM, it could take a few seconds to build, but it will be nice.
Yeah.
Now there are one cases when it's not nice, when it's reflection.
Oh,
Because when you use reflection,
that's right.
Graal is not able to see which classes should be included in the executable. So you need
Oh,
to provide some hints.
okay.
So now guess what? Using airline, everything is introspection.
Everything's, yeah, that's true. Yes.
And also
That is true.
when you so that's one thing. And also when you invoke an HTTP API, all the JSON objects that expect to be Marshall are also introspection.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite some work to
Yeah.
create a config for GraalVM that will have everything you need.
Yeah.
Fortunately, um, you know, Oracle provide an agent. So you
Ah,
start the app,
that agent.
you start with the agent,
Yeah.
and you start executing some command, and the agent will monitor everything that you do
Ah.
and will create the JSON file at the same time and keep populating these hints
Oh.
reflection file. Okay, and I can show
Oh.
you what does it look like.
Yeah. That's a.
So go to native image, reflect config, and
Uh-huh.
this is what it look like. It will say, oh, if you want to use that class, bring the default constructor. If you
Oh.
want to use, oh, by the way, use that class. That's the first thing. Otherwise, it's not part of the executable. And when you hit that POJO,
Yeah.
you better get all the getters and setters
Yeah.
because you will need them. Okay.
Yes. That's right.
Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, that's great, right? You start your app and you use that agent, everything works.
That's right.
But wait a minute, what a CLI is doing? Parsing a command, executing, and exit.
That's right. Yeah.
So I don't have a way to, in the same main, execute all the command in one go. I
Yeah.
have to go command after command and try to merge the stuff on my
Yeah.
own. And this is why I need to create a dedicated command, mock
Oh.
command, if you wish. I don't know,
Oh,
something like
man.
native, Astra native, just
That's right.
for the agent. And
That's right.
during that
Oh.
moment,
Yeah.
I will generate. I will
Yeah.
generate. I mean, I will invoke everything in my app
Yeah.
just to get that file correct.
Just to get that. Yeah. But you said it's only with GraalVM that we're having this issue. Is that correct? Or
For native compilation, yeah, because
native?
now
Yeah.
when I try to use C2 for native compilation, I really need to have those classes in
Yeah.
the product.
That's right. Yeah.
So and here in the project, you might find some documentation why I did it. So DataStax, CLI. I kind of have my README there for me with some help stating, oh, if I want to run my stuff with the agent, this is how I do.
Mhm.
So it's the Java, that jar, shaded as I just did with you, but I
Yeah.
need to provide dash agent.
Yeah.
So, and I
Okay.
also need to say where
And
to
then we
put
generate.
that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now if I go back in my terminal quickly and go back to my command to build that stuff, I can activate the native profile. Okay. With that, it will now also try to build a native image.
Oh. Okay.
And guess what? We will have a native image, but not our Hello Mary, because I did not run the agent and I did not change
Oh.
the reflect.
That's
So let's do
right.
that. So let's go
Okay.
here. I
Yeah.
need to create a new command, which is the
New.
command we just did together here. And what is the name of this guy? Okay,
Hello. Said
it was Hello World.
hello
Okay,
world.
so config create. So it was hello world.
Yeah.
CMD, like that, but not in config, in core.
Yeah.
So cop config Astra CLI core hello world CMD. Okay,
Okay.
let's do it again now. Okay,
Okay.
let's go back here. Oh yeah, you know the compilation takes forever. So
Yeah.
yeah, I clean
Yes.
it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so native is yeah, the output is cool, but look at the command line executing. You know, add export, and I mean the command
Yeah.
line is taking
All
3
these.
screens, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So also with the CLI, what you want to have is a deliverable as small as possible. So the
Mm-hmm.
fat jar, it's called fat, but it's 7 MB. Not
Oh,
too bad.
yeah. Not bad. Yeah.
But when you use the native compilation, it will move up to 30 megabytes. And
Oh,
I
that's.
think because it's also kind of hold the LVVM to
Oh,
execute
yes.
that,
That's right.
that executable. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but I think because now Java is kind of embedded, you need a bit more
Yeah.
room space.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
it's okay. It's coming. And now if I go to target,
Yeah.
move that a little bit. Target. Oh,
Dope.
okay. What do we have? Okay, we have something like Astra streaming. So and
That's
now I
right.
can say
Yeah.
Astra stream, Astra native.
Native. Yeah.
Say hello to Mary.
Oh,
And voila. So
cool.
we created a new command.
Created the new. Yeah.
We compile and we go
Yeah.
to native
And then
compile.
to native. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Wow. Wonderful. This is really great. Yeah. Awesome. You all did it on 1 hour too. That's amazing.
I mean, yeah, no, it's quick and dirty, but
Yeah.
this native compilation, you might think, oh yeah, Micronaut, easy to do because
Yeah.
Micronaut did the job for you.
That's right.
Quarkus, of course, by
Focus.
design,
Yeah.
Quarkus native,
Beautiful.
Spring native,
Yeah.
also working-ish. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
so nice. I was with one streamer with Josh Long a couple of months ago, and we
Yeah.
were desperately trying to compile his native this Spring Boot app using a bit of
Yeah.
Cassandra code. But I think now it's better. So the main big Elodon as well. So the main Java framework did the work for you for native compilation. But now, if this is your program,
Yeah.
you have to look at, okay, what is exactly this native Maven plugin?
That's right.
It
Yeah.
should work for you, or if you're using some reflection, yeah, think about the agent. And
And
those
yeah,
are nice tips and tricks that I've shown to
that
you.
those are great. Yeah, great. Yeah, really, really good. Yeah, and also you share the GitHub, right? Is that's open
Yes,
source, right?
exactly. Everything I've
Yeah,
shown to you is Git,
it's
is
in,
really
on
so.
Git.
DataStax, Astra
It is
CLI.
access to
If you
yes.
can, just put a star. It's the
Yeah,
beginning of your new star. So start the repo. It's
right.
still ongoing Alpha 5.
Yeah,
But I probably release the beta this month and GA the next month. We
yeah.
keep adding commands. Now that's the skeleton, the frame is there. Would be more. Let's add. Let's
Yeah.
add.
Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, you have okay. So at this point, would you like to still demonstrate more stuff, or maybe next time you want to come back again?
If we don't have any question, maybe next time because
Yeah.
I know I do have a tends to full back my session, and
Yeah.
if for some reason you come at Devox Belgium, I mean I
Yeah.
only have I have a deep dive session for 3 hours, so you
Oh,
might
yeah.
think, oh wow, we will have some downtime where it's more chill. I mean we
Yeah.
should, but I tend to full back my session, and you get out with that
Yeah.
code and that doc. Yeah, here you have the code. You can try it. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can easily download, try it. You can easily reproduce the steps, and
Cool.
it's pretty advanced sample now.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, yeah. And again, I just posted here, and that's the link. And yeah, so this is great. And so, folks, if you are will be in Belgium, you can meet Cedric there, which will like be October 10th through 14th in Antwerp in Belgium.
Yes,
So, yeah.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. And I'll be seeing Cedric there as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, yeah, wonderful. This is really awesome. Yeah. And then we want to have Cedric back again for another episode of
Yes,
something
and
exciting.
I do have a secret plan now.
Good,
So,
good, good.
as an Astra streaming advocate,
Yeah.
Mary may create in front of us a couple of commands with all the knowledge. She just
Oh, yeah.
relay.
Yeah, yeah. Now I want to, yeah, we'll be working closely. I want to work closely with you when I get the chance, sit down and really code and get the Astra streaming
I
more
mean,
support.
yeah, now you saw one hello world command, and the streaming
Yeah,
commands are in this
yeah,
folder, so no
yeah.
excuse.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, great. All right then. At this point, then I think are we all good, Cedric? And
Yes, I
should
think
we
we
talk?
are.
We are good.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you want to reach out to me,
Ah, yeah.
I will probably put my
That's right.
Twitter and LinkedIn. It's all the same here
Yeah,
in the
that's right.
chat.
Do we have your? I actually also did a tweet too of Cedric. So yeah, what is your handle right for
Twitter
your?
under, so C Lunven, as I put
Hmm,
in the Twitch chat right now.
yes, I did it. Okay. Or did you already do it? Or
In the
twitter.com.
Twitch chat only, not YouTube.
Oh, okay. Not YouTube. Okay, so it's Twitter.
But yeah,
This one. Yeah. Mhm.
that's me. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. He's amazing. Cedric is amazing. Yeah. He's just
come on.
you're
And he
actually
taught me
the
Java,
director,
yeah, talk
and then you're
about.
coding too. That's amazing. Because normally, if you're doing all the admin stuff, you don't have time to code, but yet you're doing both. That's the amazing thing.
Oh yeah, but that's my. It's not a toy project anymore, but no, that's
Yeah.
my, yeah, really my
Yeah.
way to
Yeah.
stay technical,
Yeah.
stay
Yeah.
in the
That's
code. I
right.
really believe, even you cannot lead an advocate team if you are not a core hardcore developer
Yeah.
yourself.
I agree. I totally agree. I think having a leader who is actually a coder helps a ton, Yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So yeah, so okay then. And for this episode, we have like a little over an hour for today. So next week, I actually where am I? I will be in JConf, and I may not have time, so it depends on my schedule. I may not have time to do a stream, but follow me too on my Discord if you haven't already done so. And let me see. I'm just gonna quickly share again if folks are new in here. My Discord. That's my Discord server. Also, too, we have actually I don't have it ready, but also we have Discord. If you follow me first, if you want to join also DataStax developers too, we also have a Discord server that you can reach, our advocates and some other folks who are there to support us too. So, yep. All right then. So with that, I'll say goodbye for now, and then have a
Yes.
very good evening, Cedric. Thank you so much again, Cedric, and then
Oh, it's a
thank
pleasure.
you.
It was great to
Yeah,
see you.
thank you to all who have joined us live today, and then I hope some of you are watching us in the recording, and we have the recording on my Twitch stream as well. So, okay, and also my YouTube actually. So, yeah. All right then. All right. And let me kind of trying to get back to the outro, and then we'll see you next time. So take
See
care,
you.
everybody. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me just go back here.